The gold market this week was really hard to trade because it was in a huge consolidation. And as you can see, it did hit some of our levels, and I'm wondering what it'll do for next week. So if you're looking for a game plan for this upcoming week, then you are in luck because in this video, I'm going to talk about my entries, my exits, and my profit targets for the gold market. So as usual, let's just go ahead and go on the weekly time frame and see what we could make sense out of on this time frame. So looking at the weekly time frame, we can see that the market made this bearish doji candle and we have this resistance right here. So let's go ahead and clean up some of these levels. So let me get rid of these tiny levels so that way we can have a strong game plan for this week. And as you can see, some of the things that were from last week, I'm just going to call these out. You can see that it lines up almost perfectly with this past week's candle, which is awesome. So let's clean up our charts a little bit. I'm going to start from the top. So the first level is at the height of the market, and that is basically sitting at 34.99, pretty much 3,500. The next level is sitting at 34.40. And the next level is sitting right here on top of this candle at 33.89, and then this yellow level is at 33.64, and then we have this level that may get moved, but for right now it's at 33.51, and then this other level that's basically sitting at the bottom of this candle that just closed this week at 33.08. This yellow level is at 32.81, and let's go ahead and call out this level at 32.54, and this one as well, and then we'll stop here. So this level is sitting at 32.06. Now we have these levels here on the weekly time frame. Let's go down to the daily time frame so that way we can make sense of the data and get some more information, and we may move these around a little bit. So just looking at the data from this past week, so it's basically these 5 candles right here. You can see there's really strong consolidation, but based on that consolidation, we will make some adjustments, just not here on the daily because there's really nothing for us to do. Let's go to the H4. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. We can see a bit more data here. So one of the levels that I'm actually going to move is going to be this level right here. I'm actually going to move it to 33.87 because it lines up with these wicks over here. And then if we look at this level, we can see that price tapped into this zone, and this zone. So I'm just going to take this yellow level and just move it up a little bit. So now we're sitting at 33.64. And this level right here, I'm going to get rid of it because of all of the consolidation. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And this level right here, let's actually bring this up for now. So this is going to be sitting at 33.11, and the rest of this looks good. Let's go down to the H2 time frame. So now that we're on the H2 time frame, we can see that price is still respecting this yellow level right here, but it looks a little interesting because we have wicks all the way up here, including this over here that rejected hard. If you've taken a trade on XAU USD and you're looking for some feedback on your trade, maybe you took a trade and it was successful and you want to know what you should do right in order to continue that success, and you have no one to talk to give you some valid feedback, then go ahead and check out the Express Trade Review in the comment section below, because in that you'll get my personalized review. You'll also get some tips and things that I use in order to find profitable trade. I tend to have this turned around within 48 hours. So you could be able to use the information for your next trade. And you'll also get a PDF where I'll share with you the top 3 things that I look for every time before taking a trade that really emphasize the entries that I take inside of the market. Go ahead and click in the description box below and look for the Express Trade Review so that way you can get your trades reviewed by a professional. So what I want to do is go ahead and use a horizontal ray and find the average of these wicks right here. So that is looking good around 33.72. Now we may refine on the H1 time frame, but for right now it's looking good. And before I draw more levels, let's go to the H1 time frame and just take a look at what we've done. So let me go back up here. Should I move up and over? So this, now that we have a nice resistance, moving this up to here at 33.90. And then going back to this level that I just drew on the H2 time frame, I'm looking at these. Now we have some defined resistance points and it's looking good. And this right here is looking good too. Let me measure this just to make sure we got enough range. That's about 86 pips in this market. Not too bad. Not too bad. But here is something that I do want to mark off. So here we are with more so recent price action. And what I want to do is take a trend line and mark off this level here. And this level is sitting at 33.33. And before we get into our game plan, I just want to take another quick look at these levels just to make sure that they make sense. This I'm just going to move down just a little bit to now 33.11 because we have a nice support there. It's still respecting this further back. So, okay, cool. So now we're going to get into our game plan for this upcoming week. And what I see here is a nice support. So I'm just going to take this level and clone it. So now we have our support, and I can actually move it back a little bit because you do see kind of a support right here as well. So let me just move this so that way it makes sense. Okay, right there. So this is sitting at 33.47, and now I have a good idea as to what I want to see in the market. So the first thing I want to see is either price could do a deeper retracement to this level or even this level because you see how it respected it and then it pushed up. So push back to this level here or this level, going a little bit deeper with the retracement and here. And another thing that price could do potentially is push up. We've seen a gap up on Sunday, so it could possibly do that. So actually, let me measure it from where it stopped, which was right there. So this is 130 pips right there. Let me go ahead and measure these really quick. So from the bottom to here is 367, and then from this level to this level is 163. It's getting a little hard to see, but we're just going to take that off for now. Okay, cool. So that's a couple of ideas right there. And then with price, if price continues to push up from this yellow level up to this, it's about 80 something pips, and that's cool. But I would really want to see it push up above here. So really I'm adjusting my target to about right here. So I really don't want to enter, at least I'm not, want to enter in this little zone because it's not enough range for me in the way that I trade. But if it works out for you, do whatever you need to do. But I'm looking for more of a continuation in this area. So if it comes up here and continues to push through, that would be great. But starting a position here, I don't know if I want to do that. So if we continue to push up, then of course we have these targets all the way up here. So this is 3,400 flat. I like to pay attention to round numbers, but there's a potential for price to come all the way up here as well. The markets are a little funny right now, especially with it being summer, and then also just a lot of volatility in the market. We was seeing that last week with all of this consolidation here. So basically, this is my game plan for the upcoming week. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so that way you can catch one of the 3 videos or all of the videos that we are now posting each week on Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. So go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you there.